Hello, welcome once again, Gentlefolks, to another video for your French Ligue weekly predictions and betting tips. And I hope you had a wonderful week last week and you had some wonderful results and things went your way. Well, for this week, we're going to start on a Friday and we're going to start with IACIL and PSG. PSG visiting IACIL. We're going to head straight into it. In terms of predictions, PSG a little bit unpredictable, but we still expect them to take care of business here. And so we're going to go with PSG to win here. And in terms of both teams scoring, I'm going to say yes, both teams should score. In terms of combination bet, I'd say either to win and both to score. And also in terms of a predicted scoreline, I'm going to take here 3-1 in favor of PSG. On the handicap system, I'll go ahead and I'll take PSG to win by a goal. We're not going to get much for that though. 7-5 PSG to win by a goal. Yeah. Alright, so recapping predictions for the IACIL versus Paris Saint-Germain game. I'm expecting Paris Saint-Germain to win. I'm expecting both teams to score. In terms of combination bet, I'd say either score and both to win. I said either to win and both to score. Yes. Alright, and I got it correct now. So in terms of scoreline, I'm saying 3-1 here in favor of PSG, and the handicap system, I'll go ahead and I'll take PSG to win this one by a goal. Alright, so those are my predictions for the IACIL versus PSG game, and next we're going to move on over to our next game, which is Montpellier versus Lyon. Alright, for Montpellier versus Lyon, this is going to be an interesting one. I'm going to take Lyon to win this one. A bit unpredictable themselves as well, and so I'm going to take Lyon to win. And in terms of a combination bet, I'd say either to win and both to score. In terms of correct score line, I'm going to go here and I'm going to say here we're going to take this one to be 2-1 in favor of Lyon. And the handicap system, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take Lyon here by a goal, but we're going to go for a draw based on my predictions. Alright, so we're going to go for a draw based on the predicted score line, because if this game does end 2-1 in favor of Lyon, then it will be a draw on the handicap system. Alright, so recapping predictions for Montpellier versus Lyon, I'm expecting Lyon to squeeze a win here. And in terms of both teams scoring, I'm saying yes. In terms of combination bet, I'd say either to win and both to score. And correct scoreline, I'm having 2-1 here for Lyon, and on the handicap system, I'm going with a draw. Alright, in terms of Lyon to win by a goal, I'm going with a draw. Alright, those are the predictions for Montpellier versus Lyon. Alright, now we move on to Marseille versus Lens Uns. Alright, Marseille versus Uns. In this game now, this should be somewhat of a close encounter. Not expecting a lot of goals in this one. It might end in a draw, but I'm going to take Marseille here. Take this one. Being the home team, I'm expecting them to do well and do well enough. I'm taking Marseille to win. Both teams to score. It's going to be close, though I don't think we're going to have more than 3 goals the most in this game. I'm going to, in terms of a combination, I'll say either to win and both to score. Correct scoreline for me, I'm going to say here 2-1. Otherwise, it could go up to 3-1, but I do expect Olympique Marseille to win. In terms of the handicap system, I'm going to go ahead Marseille to win by a goal here, but I'm going to go with the draw based on my predicted scoreline. Alright, so recapping predictions for Marseille versus Uns, I'm expecting Marseille to win. Expecting both teams to score as well. In terms of a combination bet, I'd say either to win and both to score. Predicted scoreline 2-1 in favor of Marseille, and on the handicap system, I'm going with a draw based on my predicted scoreline. Alright, those are my predictions for the Marseille versus Uns game, and we're going to head on to our next game, and our next game is Angers versus Rennes. And so therefore, Angers versus Rennes, I'm expecting here this one should be a good enough matchup. It's not going to be easy for Rennes. So as a result, I'm going to take a draw here, expecting both teams to score as well. In terms of a combination bet, in case one of them breach, in case one of them manage to equal the win, I think we're going to have either team winning and both not scoring. Alright, in terms of predicted scoreline, I'm going to go with a 1-all draw here. On the handicap system, if you're going to do something on the handicap system, you'll have to go with a plus. For example, you go with a plus for Angers, you'd say maybe +1. That means I should not lose this goal by, if they do lose this game, they shouldn't lose by no more than a goal. Alright, So you go with the +1 for Angers. Alright. So recapping predictions for Angers versus Rennes. I'm expecting a draw here. I'm expecting both teams to score as well. In terms of a combination bet, I would say either team to score and either team to win, and both to score. In terms of a score line, I'm taking 1-1 here, and on the handicap system I go with Angers at +1. Alright, so those are the predictions for that particular game, and now we're going to jump to our next game, and our next game is Clermont versus Brest. Alright, Clermont versus Brest. I'm expecting this one to be a close one as well, but I do expect the home team to pull through here, and so I'm expecting Clermont to win. Otherwise, I think it might end in a draw. So Clermont to win, both teams to score. In terms of a combination, I'd say either to win and both to score. Predicted scoreline, I'm going to take 3-1 in favor of Clermont, and on the handicap system, I'm going to go with Clermont to win this one by a goal. Alright, anything otherwise, I suggest you take a draw and the 3-way handicap system -1 here. Alright, so recapping predictions for Clermont versus Brest. I'm expecting Clermont to win, expecting both teams to score as well. In terms of a combination bet, I would say either to win and both to score. Predicted scoreline 3-1 in favor of Clermont. In terms of the handicap system, I'll go with Clermont to win this one by a goal. Alright, so I hope you're taking your notes, folks. In the meantime, ensure that you subscribe to my channel and click the like button as well, and click the notification bell so that you get these videos as soon as they come out. And so our next game for this game week, we're going to go to Remis versus Auxerre. So Stade Remis versus Auxerre, and this one, Stade Remis being the home team here versus Auxerre. I'm expecting Stade Remis. This one should be a close one. I'm going to take this one to be a draw, and so this one to be a draw. In terms of both teams scoring, I'm going to say yes, both teams should score on the same, and I wouldn't be surprised if they both don't score. So in terms of my combination bet, I'm going to say either to win and both not to score. Predicted scoreline for me, I'm going to take here, I'm going to take a 1-1 draw, right, because I have this one. Ended in a draw, so I'm going to take a 1-1 draw. In terms of the handicap system, if you do insist in taking something on the handicap system, I go with Stade Remis at +1. Right, so recapping predictions for the Stade Remis versus Auxerre game, I'm expecting this one to end in a draw. In terms of both teams scoring, I'm saying yes. In terms of a combination bet, I'm saying either team to win and both not to score. Predicted scoreline, I'm saying 1-1 here. And on the handicap system, I'll take Stade Remis at +1. Alright, that means that I should not lose this game by more than a goal if they do lose. Alright, so alright, and so let's go to our next game, and our next game here is Toulouse versus Racing Strasbourg. Alright, Toulouse versus Racing Strasbourg. Racing Strasbourg, they've been underachieving since the start of the season, to be honest with you, in my book, and so therefore they're due to pick up the slack any moment now, and so but it's not going to be as easy, and so therefore this game against Toulouse, it's going to be an interesting one, and I dare to say this is going to be anybody's game, expecting both teams to score. In terms of a combination, I'd say either team to win and both to score. Correct score line, I'm going to take here Strasbourg to win this one by a goal, 2-1 that is. And so also I'm going to go here on the handicap system. On the handicap system here, I'm going to go here with Strasbourg winning by a goal, but I'm going to take a draw based on my predicted scoreline. Alright, so recapping predictions for Toulouse versus Strasbourg. I'm expecting both teams to score. In terms of a combination, I'd say either to win and both to score. Predicted scoreline 2-1 in favor of Strasbourg. On the handicap system, I'm going with a draw. Alright, -1 and a draw. Alright, based on my predicted scoreline. So those are my predictions for Toulouse versus Strasbourg, and then we're gonna move to our next game, which is Troyes versus Lorient. Troyes versus Lorient. Troyes versus Lorient. This one, I'm expecting this one to be a somewhat close in a sense. Lorient playing well enough. Troyes, they haven't been a pushover at home, at all since season. Well, not for the most part, but they have been holding their own, and so I'm expecting things to be the same here. All right, so let's go straight into Troyes versus Lorient, and for this game, I'm going to see here. I'm going to expect both teams not to score. In terms of a combination bet, I'd say either to win and both not to score. Predicted scoreline from my point of view, I'm seeing here that we're going to have here it's either 0-0 draw we're going to have, or a victory for one of these teams. Alright, so I'm going to take Troyes here to win this one by a goal. Otherwise, this game might end the other way around, maybe 1-0 for Lorient, because Lorient, they're capable of doing so. Alright, but I'm sticking with the home team here. Alright, so in terms of a handicap system, I go with Troyes. Now we're going to -1 here, but as I say, not going to take that. We're going to take this one based on the handicap, based on what my scoreline here. I could have taken Troyes to win by a goal, because if the game indeed ended 1-0, then they would have won this game by a goal. Alright, okay. Otherwise, we could go ahead and we could take Lorient to lose by no more than a goal. Alright, so that's another possibility that you could take as well. So recapping predictions for Troyes versus Lorient, I'm expecting both teams not to score. In terms of a combination bet, I'd say either to win and both not to score. In terms of predicted scoreline, I'm saying 1-0 in favor of Troyes. In terms of the handicap system, I'll go ahead and I'll take a draw here. Alright, so those are my predictions for Troyes versus Lorient, and we're going to move on over to our next game, which is Nice versus Nantes. The Nantes visiting Nice, and this should be an interesting matchup in my book, that is. I think this one is only about this game, I think, and I'm going to say both teams are going to score here. I think it's going to be a low scoring affair too. I'm going to say either to win and both to score. In terms of a combination bet, I'll go, no, not combination, I did a combination just now. In terms of correct scoreline, I'm going to go here and I'm going to take Nice to win this one 2-1. In terms of the handicap system, I'll go ahead and I'll take Nice here to win this one a goal, but based on my prediction, I'm going to have to take a draw here. Alright, so recapping predictions for Nice versus Nantes, I'm expecting both teams to score. In terms of a combination, I'd say either to win and both to score. In terms of correct scoreline, I'm saying 2-1 in favor of Nice. On the handicap system, I'll go ahead and I'll take a draw here based on this here. That needs to win by a goal, but I'm going to take a draw based on my predicted scoreline. Alright, so those are the predictions for Nice versus Nantes, and that's how we cookie crumbles for that particular game. And now we're going to move on to the final game for this game week, and this game is Lille versus Monaco. Monaco, they have been playing really well since the start of the season, and so therefore we're expecting them to continue to do so. So it's not going to be an easy game for Lille. Lille, mind you, they can beat Monaco, so Monaco would also have to watch out. Alright, but this should be a close game, I believe. So I'm expecting both teams to score. In terms of a combination, I'll go with either to win and both to score. Predicted scoreline from my point of view, I'm going to say here, I'm going to take Monaco to win this one 2-1. Otherwise, I think it's the other way around, 2-1 for Lille. So I'm going to go with Monaco to win 2-1 based on what their form and what they have been doing since the start of the season. In terms of a handicap system, I'd go ahead and I'm going to go here, Monaco to win by a goal, but based on my scoreline, I'm going to have to take a draw here. Alright, so recapping predictions for the Lille versus Monaco game, I'm expecting both teams to score. In terms of a combination, I'd say either to win and both to score. Predicted scoreline 2-1 in favor of Monaco. And on the handicap system, I'm going to go with a draw, -1. That's for Lille to win by a goal, but I'm going to go with a draw. Alright, so those are my predictions for the Lille versus Monaco game, and that's how the cookie crumbles this week for the French Ligue 1 in terms of betting tips and the predictions. I hope you have a wonderful week this week. Thank you for watching, and